Welcome to the 2025 Fall Summit by Grammy U. I'm Cam King, your Grammy U Nashville chapter representative.
We are so excited for day 2 of our Fall Summit and our keynote conversation tonight with Maren Morris and King Princess. Let's give it up.
But before we get started, we'd like to welcome to the stage our Grammy U Managing Director, Jesse Allen.
Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you for night 2 of our summit here in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you for coming out. Well, I know we're all excited to get the evening started, but before we do, I just want to thank a few people. First, I want to thank our presenting sponsor, MasterCard, who has been an amazing partner of ours for years and made this event possible. So please, let's give it up for MasterCard. I also want to thank some of our other partners, our participating sponsor tonight, Sony Pro Audio, as well as Amazon Music, who sponsored our mentorship program, Mixer. I hope all of you have submitted to be part of the mentorship program, which kicks off very shortly. I also want to thank the Black Music Collective, who presented all of our panels with us yesterday. They're an amazing collaborator, and we love working with you all. Thank you to our colleagues in BMC. If you don't know, this is actually the 20th anniversary of Grammy U, which is especially important to me because I joined Grammy U 20 years ago, just like you all are in it now. So pretty incredible that I got to be in the first class and be here for the 20th anniversary in this current role. And really means a lot to me that you're all here to celebrate with us. So thank you all. Oh, thank you. All right, I think we're ready for this panel, right? It's going to be incredible. So we have our keynote with Maren Morris, but before we talk about that, I want to talk a little bit about our amazing moderator tonight. She's a visionary singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and producer. King Princess has carved her own path with a fearless blend of pop, rock, and emotional honesty, earning her over 1 billion streams and global recognition for her trailblazing artistry. She's a proud and outspoken member of the LGBTQ+ community, and she's redefined what queer representation in music can look like, using her platform to celebrate identity and inspire a new generation to live boldly and authentically. We're so excited for her to come out in a minute. And of course, we have our keynote tonight, Maren Morris. She is a Grammy, CMA, ACM, and Billboard Music Award-winning artist who's shattered boundaries and expectations, earning billions of streams and global acclaim for her powerhouse vocals and fearless songwriting. From her multi-platinum crossover hit The Middle to collaborations with icons like Taylor Swift, Stevie Nicks, Sheryl Crow, and Hozier, she's proven her versatility across genres and generations. Tonight, she'll be sharing her journey to success and how she came to find the voice that powered her award-winning hits. So are you all ready? Because you better give them the biggest, loudest, most amazing welcome to King Princess and Maren Morris.
Wait, these are all the Grammys that you've won.
Oh my God.
I love that they surrounded us with them.
Oh my God, it's so sweet of them to show me my Grammys. My future Grammys.
Love. Hi, also, everyone. Is everyone here in the crowd from Grammy U? I was like, okay, I just wanted to make sure because I was like, it's Friday night. Grammy U also is very diverse because I was like, I did a thing earlier this year with them and a lot of people came to my sound check at Pinnacle and they were like, no, I'm at Grammy U, but I go to school here in Nashville. Because when I went to Grammy Camp in 2005, it was a bunch of people from around the country. So are you guys all Nashville based? Oh, amazing. I love that you didn't have to like travel in for this. You just like took an Uber.
That's
cool.
yeah.
That's nice. Okay, let's get into it. They said we have an hour.
So we're just gonna shoot the shit. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I want to know, cause we were backstage talking about, obviously I'm familiar with the Grammy U program. I never did Grammy U. I did the Young Arts program, which I'm assuming is kind of, there's similarities where you get to meet people who want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And make stuff and hang out and, you know, I don't know, whatever. And I guess my question for you is like, how did being a part of that as a kid affect you? Because you were like 14, right?
Yeah. Okay, so before Grammy U, they called it Grammy Camp. And this was like 2005. And my dad was my manager. And
Yeah, we got questions about that too.
we got to get into that.
Yeah.
No, I think I was just trying to be almost like a karaoke singer. I was a child. But my dad and my mom put me into the lottery for this audition for Grammy Camp. And it was their first year doing it. And it was, yeah, a nationwide, you know, high school, like age submission process where you could, like, at the time it was a couple categories. I was in the songwriting division, but then there was instrumentation, video game music, and then like music business. Those were like the ones. And
Video game music, that's tight.
I know, honestly. But I went for a week, and I was 14. I got on a plane by myself for the first time, went to like Burbank, was at a community college for a week, and staying in like an embassy suites. And I had a roommate who was a girl that was in the music business program. And we're like 14 years old. I'm in the songwriting division. And yeah, I mean, it was...
Was it like camp vibes? Were you just like so fucking stoked?
I mean, there was like a cafeteria every morning.
Hell yeah.
And like we would all, after our big sessions every day, like hang out in the hotel afterwards. So I guess, yeah, it was sort of like that movie Fame.
Totally.
But then there's like probably a more modern equivalent to that of like a music school. Am I thinking like High School Musical?
You were in school though at the time, so like was it a break from the monotony of like high school to just go and do this thing? Like you got, I don't know, being a young person and getting on a plane, like even that conceptually is so different from like what most kids' upbringings are, right? Like to go be like, actually I'm in Grammy camp.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. No,
must have
it felt
felt
very
kinda cool.
prestigious. Yeah, I went to like public school. We had no money for fine arts. Like all the money that anything went to was sports. So our choir uniforms smelled like BO. There were no new instruments. They were filled with like spit of the kid from like the 1980s.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and so I was like, it built a lot of character in me to grow up in a school like that, of like other kids that were from the same sort of walk of life. And now, like, it's funny, I give so much money of charity back to like fine arts programs in public schools because they have no funding.
It's crazy.
And they're the first
criminal.
to get chopped. Yeah, but yeah, Grammy Camp for sure. For me, coming from a public school and like a family that wasn't putting me into like private lessons or private school, yeah, it was like a huge leg up. And I remember meeting like Jimmy Jam, David Foster, like Ryan Cabrera. This is like 2005. Like he was doing like basically what we're doing now, like a Q&A. Oh. And I'm like 14, about to be 15, and I get to record in a real studio and, you know, display, like, or, you know, do my song. And yeah, I mean, like, obviously it was crazy, but 10 years after I went to Grammy Camp, I was 25, 26, and I like won my first Grammy.
Oh,
And
cunt.
it was like literally the first like full circle moment they had with that program, and they were like, it does work. No, but it was amazing, and I still had like friends from it where we all took it seriously.
Yeah.
We weren't just doing it for fun. This was also like just MySpace days.
Totally.
Like we just would look each other up on MySpace, and pre-Facebook, my God. Like I'm only 35, but I feel ancient when it comes to like social media.
So you found your community through
Yeah.
people who were like ambitious kids.
Yeah, we were trading our demos, 3-song demos on CDs,
Hell
burned
yeah.
CDs. My mom and dad burned a bunch of CDs for me to take to Grammy camp so I could pass off to my friends, but also like David Foster, Jimmy Jam, like
No,
any-
whoever. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I don't know. I grew up very similarly. Like, I went to my high school interview for my high school, like, with a CD.
Okay.
And I was like, this is my CD. Like, check it out. And they were like, you can come in, you know? And I think that that's interesting, right? That brings me into, like, you know, your dad was your manager, did a bunch of shit for you. It's often that parents have to step in when you're young and, like, fucking, you know what you want to do, and people want to take advantage of that, and your parents often step in those moments. And maybe sometimes the parents are also wonky in Funky Town. And I'm just curious, like, what did it feel like to be a kid who knew what they wanted to do and to have your parents be involved?
I mean, I guess now that I'm like 35 and I have a 5-year-old, which is wild, I can like look at what my parents were doing, and I always felt like they supported me. Like, I feel so bad for kids that I feel like, not that I can assume any of y'all's stories, but the fact that you're here for Grammy U, it makes me feel like, in a way, like someone in your camp, whether it's your family or a best friend, like really supported you being in music in a professional way. Otherwise, like, you should be doing something else on a Friday night. But yeah, I think I was lucky I had parents and friends that supported me when it seemed a little bit like cheesy. Like a 13, 14-year-old doing like country music just felt at the time very like hokey. So now I'm like, it worked out, but I definitely had to go against the grain, and I was made fun of in high school for like yodeling and being into country music.
Yodeling is cool, so you know that now,
It's
right?
a vocal flip, yeah.
That's exactly right.
But this was like during a moment of time where country music was like not at the center fold of anything. Like it wasn't a global, it was a very niche genre, like sometimes in the States, but especially overseas. But yeah, I definitely was happy I had my parents supporting me emotionally, and like my mom is a hairdresser still to this day. My dad like makes salsa and helps with my mom's like
Fierce.
salon. Yeah, and they literally, like, any dollar they could put away, they would just like put towards me having studio time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were.
So they saw
deeply-
something in you, like you were clearly like,
Yeah.
this is who I am.
Yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful.
But no, that was like 20 years ago. They saw that, and now I'm just so thankful I did have that like background, because I have people that I work with now and I love and are so talented. Their parents still think that they should have been like a lawyer or a doctor, and they're literally having huge hits sometimes, and their parents are still like, that's not a real job, being in the music industry.
So I guess my next question would be like, when you were figuring out whether you wanted to write for other people or yourself, because I remember, like, you know, all my friends were songwriters, you know, growing up, and I think I was always intrigued by the people who had songwriting careers because their artist careers, for whatever reason, didn't work out, and so they decided to go and songwrite, and they did so well and figured that out, and like, you had an option, right? You were writing for other people and stuff, and then your first song that, like, you know, My Church came out, and you said it was a demo for somebody else, but it ended up being for you.
Yeah.
When was that decision made where you were like, you know what, bitch, I can sing this. I can do this. This is my song.
I think it actually was the reverse for me. I came here after years as a teenager touring, and I came to Nashville, and I sort of had to like tell my parents, like, I need a clean slate. You can't manage me anymore. I'm going to Nashville.
You fired your parents?
Yeah, like not in like as dramatic of a Beyonce way
Totally.
with her dad, but like I definitely, yeah, it's like a
You were like, I've grown out of this. Like, it's
Yeah,
time
I
to-
was like, I think we need to figure out who we are outside of this like youthful me being a kid singer thing. But thank you for everything. But I have to go to Nashville and figure it out myself with like none of y'all's help. And yeah, so I came here and I was like, I never told anyone here that I had this back story of touring, Grammy camp. I was just like, I want people to meet me at face value and then get in the writing room with me and figure me out without any like pretense. I don't want them Googling me or like anything from my childhood. And so that was tough with like, my family, but they also knew, they were like, I trust you. Like, and I was like 23 and I had been touring for 10 years. So that's fucking
Isn't that
wild.
crazy when you're like 23 years old and you're like expected to be able to make these life-altering decisions, and it's challenging, I think, for us to cope with that kind of like, at 23 I decided my parents wouldn't manage me anymore, and it's like that is, but that's real as fuck.
And 23 is so young.
I remember telling my mom, like, I think it's time we get a business manager. Like,
Yeah.
you're killing it on the books, but I think it's time to have some separation.
Yeah, yeah. I know. And also, like, I've written with people over, like, the last 10 years where they became famous really early on, and they were like, my entire family is on my payroll.
100%.
And I was like, dang. Like, they're like, my mom runs my merch. My brother, this person runs my website. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, I'm kind of, like, learning what not to do.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
It gets complicated really
Yeah.
quickly. I think that that's something that, you know, you guys, like, as you embark on your careers, like, you have to decide. I love you with the notepad also. You're giving pretty notes. You're being like, you're being like,
specifically.
what not to do. But it's like, yeah, you guys, like, have to, like, you know, assess what you want, you know, the role of your loved ones to be in your career. And that is a really special and interesting part of being a young person in the industry.
yeah. Okay, I know you're like asking me questions tonight.
I'm really
but
supposed to
I'm
be
such
asking
a
you
fan
questions.
Of you,
Oh.
and like we have never met before tonight. We just met like an hour ago, and I was like, I have to like just overhaul you with a bunch of compliments. But I feel like first off, your new record is insane. Like, the R.I.P. KP song is so good. The lyrical prowess, but also like I've always loved your voice. It's so soulful, and like when your voice cracks, I feel like my back cracks. Yeah, I also am fascinated with you because I feel like you are so funny, and also online and offline. I was like, I'm obsessed with you. But actually meeting you today, I was like, okay, we're already, like, and
We're
this is the thing.
kikiing.
Yeah, I was like, we get a little bit too, like, close. But I was like, no, I think this is a good sign.
Well, it's nice to, you know, it's like when I was doing, it was funny, I did research for this, and I was, because I'm a fan, but, you know, when you moderate something, you want to make sure that you know.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I was just looking at was just the idea of being like a young person who knows what they want, but then, you know, you think your career is going to be that this is the way it's going to go, and then it goes like, you know, and there's a bunch of different random shit that happens, like the middle, you know, or like, you know, for me it was 1950. It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
No?
So, I didn't know it was going to be like that. No, I had no idea.
I feel like in my bones, if I had.
I mean, in my pussy, I knew, but like,
Yeah,
but like,
1950.
in the puss, it was deep in the puss. But I think, but like, you know,
I was like, I'm calling absolute BS. You knew that song was
maybe
special.
like secretly,
Yeah.
but I wasn't thinking like, oh my God, it's gonna blow up. Like Mr. Styles is
It's
gonna
just another
tweet it or whatever.
Tuesday. Yeah,
But
no,
I do think-
1950.
But
I'm
I think
like,
what's interesting about your career is like you've gone through so many like interesting things. Like you started off as this country act, and then you had a huge fucking hit in the pop world. And it's good for all of you to know how different it is to break into pop and what that feels like and the expectation it puts on the rest of your music. Like, do you want to talk at all about that and how, I mean, in an honest way of like how the pressures felt, if any?
Yeah, I mean, this is like back in 2017, so like
I can't even remember.
No, I remember like weirdly so perfectly. I was on vacation. I just put out like my first album, and I was like getting sometimes these emails from DJs, like EDM DJs.
Absolutely, the classic.
Yeah, like, oh,
Check
we
out
need
my
a vocalist. And this is also like, is there any more wine? This is also like peak summertime pop, like EDM. There's like Kygo, Zed. This is like, what?
She's looking at me because I zen.
I use Zen.
Don't look at me. I'm trying to get a Grammy.
Zen is not a sponsor of this event. Just kidding.
So it's peak EDM. We've got Kygo. We've got.
It's a great summer. Like,
It's a great summer. The straight people are having the time of their lives.
well, I mean, also it was a summer to me of Tovolo. I was like,
Wow.
it was literally the best album of all time to me.
It's a beautiful
And
album.
Going to Bonnaroo and watching her, that's the only act I wanted to see. So I'm like, this is a really clutch summer of pop.
Yeah.
I get this demo, it's the middle, and it's Sarah Aarons on the demo. She's the writer, and I'm like blown away. And this is like me through an iPhone speaker, and it's like, baby, but it's Sarah's voice. And so I was
She
like,
also has a beautiful voice.
oh my God, insane. Like if you go on YouTube and look up like Sarah Aarons, the middle demo.
If you don't know
you're
Sarah
going to
Aarons, you
freak
should
out.
look her up. She's fantastic.
And I don't like to, you know, disparage myself and like water myself down because I've stopped doing that in 2025, but she sings the song better. Like she's the songwriter.
I don't know, guys.
No, the originator, I think, like, no matter who it is, I was like, the person that wrote it just always did a better job to me. But anyways, I took it on, and I didn't realize in pop, like, they audition you. But I was like, thank God I said yes to it, and it worked out. But no, I mean, it definitely opened my music up to a big part of the world. But up until that point, like, also Zed had never heard of me, even before I auditioned for the song. Like, and I already won a Grammy, and he was like, "Who?" And which I love even more, because he was like, it wasn't about the fame, obviously, or the accolades. It was like, she's just the best voice for the song.
Right.
But yeah.
And then when that went cuckoo bananas crazy, were you like, oh my God, or were you familiar with that type of virality?
No, I mean, I've said this so many times, but I was like, it felt like Josie and the Pussycats. I was like,
Yeah.
where they're like, wait, what? We just put the song out. And like 6 hours later, it's #1 on Billboard. It was something crazy like that, where it was just like, this is very once in a lifetime, you know, in 4 weeks, everywhere.
Did you
And-
feel weird about putting out like music after that at all? Because I'm asking for myself.
Yeah. You're like,
Asking for a friend.
King Princess has a feature coming out on a new EDM record.
No, it's the question is like, you know, when you put something out that, you know,
Eclipses, or maybe could.
eclipses or could, you know, it's like all of a sudden when you're people like us who are like writers, but also singers, but also musicians, you end up like doing random shit. And sometimes it just goes, and it's completely arbitrary. Like, it just happens. So I guess the question is, what did it feel like going back to your artistry and your project after that song?
I mean, it was daunting for sure, but I had to keep writing. And
Yeah.
weirdly enough, like, it was before COVID and stuff, but the middle happened, and then I put my record out in 2019, and unbeknownst to me, again, you can't plan it, I had this song called The Bones that we sent to like country, and then it like crossed over into pop, and then the world shut down, and it was my first like crossover song from
Right.
country radio to pop radio, and I just like after the middle, I literally thought that was it. Like I'm never gonna have another
Right.
song like that again. I'm never gonna have my name a part of something like that again. That's like that, you know, ubiquitous.
Right.
And then it was like The Bones happened, and that was like a song I love, and I still love to this day. But I was like, that was so unplanned. And so it's just like it's dealer's choice, like
No,
the
100%.
crowd. But yeah, I was just like, also someone recently told me that like making a record and promoting it is basically like playing, and I think this applies to anything creative. It's like playing a million lottery tickets.
Yeah.
You just say yes, especially in the beginning or like a rebirth. You just say yes to everything and just be like, yeah, cool. I humble thyself. Like, let me do it. Everything's fun. If you just like say yes to everything, I feel like it's sort of that mentality, like play a million lottery tickets and see what sticks.
Right.
Because the people that can be choosy are the people that are like massive, like the biggest artists in the world. You should be picking and choosing your spots for sure, and of course, like say no to the things that don't align with you, of course. But yeah, I think I've loved sort of like
The gamble.
yeah, and not that it's like just about my music at this point, because I really love watching. Like I'm such a fan of you.
Sorry, they're bringing us wine.
Oh my God, thank you.
Look at this.
They're like
Hello, wine
they're like
diva.
you're only at the 10-minute
The
mark.
wine fairy. Cheers. Cheers to the wine fairy.
Cheers. Hi.
Thank you.
Well, cheers to you. Thank you for
I'm so glad we met.
me too.
This is cool.
yeah. What we're like an hour and a half into each other's meeting.
I feel like it's going well.
I mean,
What do you think so far?
I feel
How am I
like
doing as a moderator?
this is without the audience and without the lights. This is how I am on my back porch every night.
But that's how it should be, because you guys also, you people, like, deserve this. Like, I do think, like, it's interesting when you get, like, really manicured speakers and stuff, and I feel like
Obviously not us.
No, us, this. No. I was like, but I do think that that's incredible, because I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, like, what you can hope for as an artist and in a career like this is that you do get to talk to people with an experience that might be similar to yours, and even in just small ways. And you learn something, you take something away from that. I know I've had that with artists. I have like my spiritual guides, you know, in the industry that I look to for advice.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering also, like, do you have those people? I know you work with Brandi Carlisle, who feels in many ways like a lesbian spiritual mother.
Yeah. The mayor.
The mayor of Gay Town.
Yeah, I mean, I've for sure had like mentors, but and they're all women. Like Sheryl Crow has been one of my guides, like even when I was a kid, and I'm hearing All I Want to Do or My Favorite Mistake, and I'm listening to Globe Sessions, and I'm trying to figure out like how the F did they get these sounds happening in the studio. But then now she's like my neighbor.
That's exactly right.
And that took 25
One day
years.
you'll all be Sheryl Crow's neighbor.
In 25 years. Yeah, but honestly, like, I think I love that people are being less uptight.
Yeah.
I think that it's like, I love some mystery, but I also am so bored of it. Like, if you want to go away, go away. But if you're going to be shoved in our face a lot, you better be like coming to the parties and talking to people and like
This is great
shooting
advice.
the shit.
That's exactly right. Share the wealth. Like talk to people. Talk
Yeah.
to people about your experience. Like I always appreciate that candidness
Yeah.
from the people that I love artistically. When you
Yeah.
meet them and you're like, oh my God, like thank you. Thank you for looking me in the eyes and telling me your actual opinion about something.
I know. I get so burned out when someone's giving me like a curated PR'd answer.
Boo.
Yeah. I was
Boo.
like, there's way too many of us on this planet for you to be talking like this to me. I just want someone, I think like, not to like ever complain about my work, but I think, you
No,
know.
please complain about your work. I feel like it's actually important to be able to complain about shit too, because there is stuff where you're like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, like, I love that I get to do what I, like, creatively love for a living, but sometimes, like, it is lonely. I think sometimes it's like whether you're, like, romantically involved or you're trying to, like, connect with your family or something on Christmas, it's like
They don't get it.
no one's quite on the same wavelength, and they're trying so hard to be. And I think, like,
You're like, I live on a bus. They're like, that sounds amazing. And you're like, well, it's okay, but it's a
Yeah.
bus. Like,
yeah. And before that, it was a van. It was a 15-passenger van.
Yeah, you're like,
and
it's
we
not
all
that
stink.
great.
And but
Yeah.
I also like, it's so weird because I've been doing that van life since I was a kid. So even now, when I describe to people, like, I'm off the bus for like 4 days, and I start to get really antsy and lonely at home. And I'm like, will I ever feel like centered in the tour life or the home life? And I think this is obviously like an artist thing, but because I love writing, but yeah, I do love touring.
It's the best, but it's also the worst. Like, it really is both. It's the most incredible experience to connect with people in that way. I feel like the music isn't real until you play it on stage, because then you really see people's faces, and it
Yeah.
becomes this tangible thing. But the overall experience of, like, and I guess that's a question too, like, you know, there's different parts of this career, right? Like, making music, putting out music, touring music. Like, where do you rank those for you?
Sorry, it was making.
Making music, putting out music, challenging, and touring. Like, where does that fall in your life? Like, where do those fall?
I think making music is number one because I
Yeah.
just love being in the studio.
Me too.
I love writing. I love that, like,
You're a studio rat.
I'm a studio rat.
Totally.
I love that manic high
Yeah.
when someone gives you a demo back.
When you get the email
And you're like, "Oh my God."
we gotta load it in the car.
Yeah, and then I load it up, and then I'm like, yeah. And then sometimes you have that moment with your friends, and you're like, turn this up. And then it's like not a good mix.
And you're like, oh, it sounds a little poopy.
It's like a board mix, and you're like, oh my God, oh my God.
You're like, no,
No.
it's gonna be great. I promise.
It's going to be great. I would say tour is second. I really love connecting three-dimensionally with people and figuring out, like, what songs
Yeah.
I love playing live, but also they react to live. I would say putting out music.
Evil last.
The worst day of any artist's life is album release week.
Thank you so much for saying this.
It is.
This is important
If you
info.
take Imodium,
Write that down
if you
in your
take
notebook.
Imodium, that is the week to take Imodium. Like,
100%.
it is going to be
Because you're gonna be
full,
shitting your
awful.
fucking brains out.
It's
whole
just
time.
it's not a fun week. Like, it's maybe fun in the opportunity
Psych
way.
ward. I'm in the psych ward. I'm like, I literally
It's psych
am-
ward. They're like, King Princess, hey, congrats.
full straight
Also,
jacket.
tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing TV run-through for Tonight Show.
No, 100%.
And
I'm-
you're like, great, I'm going to go.
Well, that's the thing that's so crazy about, like, I think putting out music, right, is like, we all have to be strong enough to put out music, and what makes us strong enough is the making it and the touring it. The putting it out sucks because it's stressful, and we live in the world of TikTok and virality, and it's very stressful all the time.
Success, flop.
Yeah, success or
I'm so sick of flop.
like somebody being like, you flopped, and you're like, what? Like, why are you saying that to me?
I'm like, girl,
Don't you
I-
think
I
I'm
flop
mean
all the
enough to
time.
myself?
I know.
Right?
I was like, I think being a flop is underrated. Like,
Being a flop is fierce, by the way.
is what?
It's fierce.
Being a flop is fierce.
Being a flop is the new viral.
Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
I
You heard it at Grammy U.
I love, yeah. I love, like, whoever like TikTok critic tomorrow is like King Princess, like in the
Says
morning.
the flop.
Flop is the new viral. No, I think well, if you've put out music before that's been like well received and then there's a flop or whatever that means, I was like, first off, thank you. I was like, that means something before that wasn't a flop. Can you imagine starting to
Period.
flop?
Yeah, starting with a flop is bad. At least we
But
didn't do that.
also it's a springboard that only goes up. Like there's layers to this.
It's peaks and valleys, and I
Yeah.
think something I think a lot about is like, how do you're never going to change the peaks and the valleys, but how do you make the valleys less steep, right?
Yeah.
Like, you get to the top of the mountain, it feels amazing. Maybe, what are you laughing about?
Wait, yeah, what the hell?
What the hell are you laughing about over there?
I think you just said something really moving.
I was about to, oh.
How do you make the valleys less deep? That's what she said.
I mean, we're wine drunk.
Well, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Also, you have a show tomorrow.
Babe,
She's playing marathon.
is anybody coming?
I mean,
Okay, great. Thanks,
yeah.
2 people. Thanks. In the back.
wait, also
Lesbian in the
marathon.
back?
Okay, you've been east, rehearsing east. This is east. Marathon's like, what part of town is that? Center? Down? It's not really downtown. That'd be weird. I love that venue. I saw Tovolo there years ago. I saw McGee play there last summer.
Cool.
It's an insane, great spot.
I feel like I've played there before, but I don't remember. But I'll remember
Opening?
tomorrow because I always no like headlining. But I think I'll only know if I see the bathroom in the backstage. That's how I tell a venue apart. Because I get there and
You will like remember the backstage.
when I go to the backstage and I see what the shower situation is, I'll go, I've been here. I've experienced that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to you.
I don't know, man.
No, stop it. This is important.
They're
This is
like-
serious stuff here.
I hope you guys didn't pay for this. Like,
Did you?
okay, yay! Oh my gosh, love that for you.
Okay.
They were like, you have an hour, just go talk. And
Go-
we're like,
go
of course
crazy.
we were like,
I'm trying to do
I love
this,
you so
but-
much. I love your music so much. But I was like, an hour is so long. An hour for me, like I've just started dating again. An hour is like a fucking long coffee. I can't.
For a date, you'd rather like a 20-minute, like, are we gonna bang or not, and then get out of there?
No, I'm like a coffee.
Never mind.
Wait, is that your MO?
No, I'm a lesbian. Obviously, I'm talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, having emotions and feelings constantly.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm bi, so I'm like a halvesy. Is that like
Great segue into my next question.
okay? Love.
Thank you for bringing that up. All right. We are part of the LGBTQIA+.
Thank you for listening every letter.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's very important. Let's talk about that in music. It's interesting. Do you think that things changed for you when you came out, even just like interviews and shit? Like, did people start asking you different stuff? Because that is real as hell.
Yeah. And obviously, this is like, me being outwardly, straight for a long time. In my most like public moments, yeah, it is kind of strange for me. Like, I'm totally down to talk about it, but when people ask me in interviews about it, it feels like it's weird because it feels like you're asking me about who I'm sleeping with.
That's
but
exactly
I do
right.
I feel like it's kind of fucking weird.
No, it's like you eat pussy, and you're like, what the fuck?
I love that we're still on the stream. Love that. No,
It's
but
important.
it kind of does feel like, okay, so that was a huge thing for you. But it really does feel like they're asking,
Right.
well, like that adjacent. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, it's one thing if it's like, in the culture of it, like, has it affected like your, relationships with people and blah, blah, blah. Like, I guess there's no right or wrong way to answer or ask
There's
something.
no right or wrong way to answer this.
But, yeah, yeah,
it's
basically
just your
said.
it's just your experience with it, because when an artist comes out as queer, all of a sudden you are treated different. You get asked different stuff, and it's subtle. It's
Well,
not,
and if you have prior work,
yeah.
they're gonna be like going into your like last like albums, and they're like looking for gay Easter eggs, and I'm like, no, I mean, like, maybe
The
I
gays
need
are
to do
doing
more
investigative
therapy.
journalism on your previous
Sure.
work.
Yeah.
It's true. No, but it's true. But that comes from a place, but you understand where that comes from, though. Like, it comes from the fact that, like, we feel like queer people are so hungry for representation, because, I can only speak for myself, but, like, growing up, I begged for someone to be gay, anyone to be gay. Anyone hot to be gay, please. And so when you come out, obviously you've got kids who are going, not always kids, but I think a lot of young people are like, whoa, were there hints here? Can I listen to something from a different lens now?
Yeah.
Which can be really taxing for the artist, but also comes from a place of depravity and feeling sad and alone and wanting to connect with the artist you love.
Yeah, but also I think that's an amazing thing about humans is whatever like work I make or we make, even before I came out, my song "The Bones" I wrote right after I got engaged to like my ex-husband, and years in, that song like took on some other like otherworldly life of its own, where it was like COVID, and they're like the house, or like we're in the home stretch of the hard times. So I was like, this song has nothing to do with that, but it's like grown into like whatever moment meet it's happening in. And so I was like, I understand sometimes as songwriters, we are like writing songs for ourselves in that moment, but they take on different like versions. But yeah, I will never like shut down someone's interpretation unless it's like psychotic or dangerous. But yeah, I was like, I think that's such a compliment that we can write music that's so applicable to people's lives and emotional that it could meet anyone where they're at and be a healing tonic to them. Totally. So I will never disparage that. But yeah, like I will say your question of like after coming out, the interview questions, as much as they are totally coming well-intentioned, sometimes but
you're
sometimes
like, okay, girl.
it does feel a little bit like sexual.
Yeah.
And it's like there is a difference between like sexuality and like being sexual and it not being like for everyone's thing. I was like, yeah, like, would you ever ask me, you being a straight woman and you writing this about your husband and his penis.
Yeah, tell me more about
like,
penis.
how did that make you feel when you were writing about it?
100%.
It's just like whatever it would be. It's just like, I don't know why it's open season on like queer people sometimes to be like, let's open this up on the most like inappropriate level sometimes.
That's something I've definitely been interested in too, like especially because when I started putting out music I was like 19 years old, and then to be asked like those types of questions and you're like, interesting, like what's it like to be a gay person? I don't know. Like, what's it like to be a straight journalist? I don't know.
Yeah, put it back on them.
Yeah, but I do think that's interesting, and I think, for you guys too, it's like you have to start thinking about, hopefully it's changing. Hopefully it's becoming less sexual and more just about like, we're talking about the integrity of the music and how it moves people, and it really doesn't matter whose pussy you're eating, but I do think right now it is such an interesting topic for people to like think about and like fathom, which I don't know, I guess we're just there as a society.
Well, yeah, and obviously like we are saying this in a very red state right now.
Oh my God, thank God you guys are here right now.
Yeah, you're from Brooklyn. A lot of us are from like the deep red.
Yeah.
So even being able to talk about music, well, as like a vocation, but also any sort of human whatever going into it is quite like, I don't know. I'm just like really, obviously we haven't like opened the floor up yet, but I feel like hopefully this has felt like a safe space. I feel like sometimes right now making music, even just like going to shows, being able to afford to go to shows also right now is really tough.
Really, really intense.
And just everything going on right now feels like you can't not land on like some sort of dynamite, and just being able to like make music and enjoy it and like just keep your head above water and like be creative right now is like it's a muscle that you're working. But yeah, I don't know, like thank you guys for listening so respectfully. Like we're obviously shooting the shit. We have never met before tonight. I feel like sometimes these moments, whether it's like Nashville or like something Grammy related or just like industry related, sometimes like I've met people in the most random places and then we actually exchange phone numbers and we follow through. But tonight, I don't know if I've ever had like this as like a student or someone that was like starting out where people were being actually candid. And yeah, I mean, of course, like I want all of y'all and us, I want to continue, I would love to like never retire. I would love to just like make music. I've said,
Till the grave.
well, until they wheel me off the stage.
That's
with
exactly
the
right. I want to be in the
emphysema tank.
chair. I want to be
I'm
on
gonna-
stage in the I want to be in the chair on stage. Like they build out an elaborate set piece
Yeah.
for me, but I'm sitting the whole time.
I've even gone further dark, and I've been like, I've talked to my team, like where I'm gonna be in a bus bunk, and you
Yeah.
cover my bunk with flowers, and you send me on a fake run to a city, like, oh, you're going to Detroit, and it's not. Like,
And
they're
you have
just-
no idea where you are, but you're
no,
still,
like
yeah.
it's like I just circle Nashville.
And they're like, you killed it in
oh
Detroit
my God, you
tonight.
fucking killed it in Detroit, and this is like literally how I die. It
But
was
that's
like
what
in
we
my
want,
bunk,
right?
like an angel.
That's
and
what we want. We want to be doing
Road
this for the
dogs.
rest of our lives, and I think that that is the real indicator of like if this is what you want or not. Like if this is the job you want. Like, do you see yourself at like 85, 90 years old, like one hip, no feet?
no feet.
Somehow there's no feet. My ankles are already jello, so I'm fucked. Like, and you're just still doing it because it's what you're supposed to be doing. It's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I think like rain or shine, I just love that manic high of getting a song back or like collaborating. Yeah, that's my happy place. Of course, I want to be able to take care of myself and take care of my son off of music that I make. But radio, streaming, viral, nothing, like every humbling thing that happens to you, like the ebbs and the flows of success, I was like, listen, if everything goes to ashes, cigarette ashes, I'm still gonna be writing songs.
That's exactly
If I have my emphysema tank next to me on stage and you wheel me off of it when I'm 80, if I live that long, like I died the way I lived. I was like, I love it. I think that's why sometimes when I meet people that are a little bit too like success oriented and like honestly burn me out with their goals. I'm like,
No, we do this because it's therapy, because it's free therapy that we've been giving to ourselves since we were children. Like sitting in a room.
it was our protection.
It was our protection. If you were a funny, weird kid who, you know, was trying to figure it out, you know what you had? A fucking piano in a room. And that piano was going to listen to you. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. Like I would get
Yeah.
home from school and I'd be like, you know what? Everything sucks and I'm so gay. And that is really just not working out for me right now. But I'm home and I got my piano and my fucking notebook. My fucking notebook, and that's what I got. And we're gonna figure it out from there. And which
Yeah.
seems like you also had that same, like, you know, let me
Yeah.
just sing. Let me write something. Let me sing something. Let me do something.
Yeah, I've been in the like rat race like where I realized I'm in a relationship with someone that like really was enamored by my talent, but then they realized like, oh wait, actually I'm competing with you. And I'm like, I'm not competing with you. I'm literally competing with myself and my own like self-loathing. Don't know where you factor in other than that I love you. But I was like, oh my God, like you're doing this for like clout or like really temporary gains. I was like, I don't know how to sleep without doing this. I don't know how to sleep or function without writing songs and just singing. I sing all the fucking time.
You're a singer, girl.
Like my son, he's like, can you stop?
Your child.
But it's literally like a stim. It's like, I can't stop.
I don't feel that way about singing, but if I had your voice, I'd probably be fucking.
Well, I don't want to.
No, because you have notes, honey. You are like giving octaves. We are giving.
No.
This is dust. We're already dust.
I can't with you. No, actually, I was like, your voice is so soulful and like cracked, like in the best way.
It's the blunts.
It's the blunts.
No, you're fabulous. Okay, we have some Q&A time.
Oh my gosh, thank God.
This lovely lady just showed me it's Q&A
That
time.
felt like the length of Titanic. That's how long we talked.
Do you feel like it was long? I have to pee so bad. It's wine. Okay, but let's get to some questions. Right. I'm interested. Does anybody have questions, Miss Notebook?
Wait, also Q&A, like do we... Oh,
3 questions.
Also, is there a mic in the crowd? Like what? Oh, love,
Okay.
Amazing.
Anybody want to raise a hand or something?
They're like, actually, you overshared. We don't have any.
Yeah,
questions.
they're like, no questions.
You guys picking?
Yeah. Wait. This girl in the front. Wait.
Give it to her.
Hi, thank you for coming. I just wanted to ask, you said that you have some problems like switching between lives, like being on tour and being at home. How do you process that? Like, how do you process the switch?
Really good question. My best friend is on the road with me, which has really saved my life the last couple years. We call it re-entry. So going from tour for like many weeks or months and going back into like normal life where you have to like go into laundry and like, you know, open your suitcase and go back to like friends that you haven't seen in a while. We call it like, you need like 2 or 3 days of re-entry. I think that's, it takes a couple days to get back into like just the mode of other people, not knowing what your tour schedule is. Also, you can go really like isolated on the road that long and people stop inviting you to stuff because you stop showing up. But you have to, on the road, as someone that's gone a lot, you have to reach out to your friends and be like, hey, I'm back.
Yeah.
Invite me to the party.
They're not, they don't understand.
Because they stop inviting you because they just assume that you're busy.
They're like, you're on the road. And you're like, no, I'm here.
No, I wasn't. I've been here for
I'm
6
home.
months. You actually, as the tour person, have to tell your friends in town, be like, please invite me when you have stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's kind of helped me, like, recreate community. Yeah. Does that help?
Do you mind if I pee?
No, go pee. Okay. Anyone that has a question that's only for me, I can't pick it out. Someone, okay. Hi.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Jolie. Oh, stand up. Sorry. Hi, I'm Jolie. I said my name 3 times.
Hello.
I'm such a fan of you, and I love your brand new album. I wanted to hear a little bit more about the creative process of how you wrote "This Is How a Woman Leaves."
A really good question. I think. Okay, so Maddie Diaz, who's also an amazing songwriter here, just a badass. I think sometimes, like, I've realized I can be in the room when a song's created. Sometimes it's a song like the middle where I was not at all in the room. And then with Maddie, she started that without me. but then brought the rest of it to me. And she was like, I can't finish this without you. And so, yeah, I was like, when it's this sort of visceral concept in any of my work, I'm like, I want to give flowers to the person that wrote this lyric. Like, I'm such a writer. I want these people to get their flowers and me not take any credit for lyrics or lines I did not write. Welcome back. But yeah, I think that's how I got into the mode, was like, we both were going through some really crazy breakups. And yeah, it was just like, how do we grapple with that? But it was not in the same room. It was like, can we share demos with each other and work tapes and be like, basically writing from afar, like we're fucking Romeo and Juliet. Yeah. My friend Maddie Diaz, which I don't know if you've met Maddie, but she is an incredible songwriter. Just put a record out. You would love her, I feel like. Just like y'all's writing styles like really match. But yeah, she wrote that on my record. But yeah, she's also been through a lot, and I'm so happy that she's like moved back to Nashville from LA. Yeah. Okay, you peed.
Oh my God, that was life-changing.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
I'm really jealous.
Do you have to pee so bad?
Yeah, but I'm like,
No, you
do
can't
I
go
just?
pee.
I can't. Yeah.
My stakes are lower, you know. Your keynote. Moderator gets to pee.
Yeah, love.
Do we have another question?
Oh, okay.
Gorgeous pink hair.
Hi, I'm Kiko.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I just want to know about 80s Mercedes. I like love that song. I just wanted to know like the inspiration behind it. I think it's just so fun.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, like, I think almost 10 years ago, I took my first LA trip, writing-wise, and I was scheduled to write with like 3 people that week that my publisher set up, and it was like he's passed away now, but my friend Busby, who I wrote a lot of that those first 2 albums with, and then this girl Audra May, who's a badass, and I can't remember the third person, but I wrote with Audra May the first few days of my LA trip, and I was just like, I loved her because she got me out of the writing room of these weird fucking publishing houses, and she was like, I want to take you up to like Malibu. And she has like this little bitty Martin guitar, whatever those are called, like those
Parlor bodies.
yeah,
like the
and
tiny
so
ones.
I'm in the passenger seat with the little Martin, and she's driving me up the coast, and we're just like talking, and we're writing like music, but she's basically doing me a massive solid. Like, she's taking me out of that dark, dank studio space, up the PCH, and
The LA writing scene, the back house of it all.
yeah, which also like Nashville has too. Like, I don't love a studio that's like a dungeon. If a studio has a window, oh my God, amazing.
You got to tell me what that's like. A
Yeah.
studio with a window?
A window. I know.
I'm not familiar.
I hate cold, dark dungeon studios.
You don't like
It
a damp, kind of damp
it's-
dungeness
And no one
studio?
tells you where the bathroom is.
There's no bathroom.
You walk down the corridor
There's
and
a
there's like
bucket.
some weird guy. Like, there's just no
Where do you
help.
work out of? Like, what studio do you work out of? Can I ask?
There's a couple. Like, okay, so in Nashville, everyone has like almost like a home studio.
True.
I was at Blackbird earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. They have a bunch of different studio spaces there, which are great. In Nashville, or sorry, LA, I have mostly worked in people's like houses, but occasionally I get blessed with like something beautiful, like
Right.
Henson Studio
Yeah.
is great. In New York, I will say Electric Lady. There's this guy, Sam Ellis, here in Nashville, who has, in East Nashville, like 2 blocks up, a beautiful studio, I'm putting him on blast. Sorry, Sam. Don't know if it's like for grabs, but he has a gorgeous studio with like tons of natural light.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but I really hate working in studios that feel like coffins. What was the question?
Sorry.
Oh, 80s Mercedes. Oh, anyways, I heard Audra one day say she was like dating this guy who like had this 80s Mercedes. And I was like, oh my God, that reminds me of this like Richard Gere movie I love that my mom loves Richard Gere. And I was like, I think that, well, those words rhyme. And I
They
was like,
do.
I'm going to take him to Busby. And literally a week after I wrote My Church with Busby, we wrote 80s Mercedes here in Nashville, East Nashville, literally like 4 blocks away, wrote 80s Mercedes. And I think like he just blended this crazy like Teenage Wasteland style like keys descendant thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just like, that was 10 years ago, and it was also like a failure of a single. It was right after My Church, which also was like not a number 1. It was like barely cracked top 10 on country radio. 80s Mercedes was like another sort of like, it's good, but it wasn't like a hit to radio. But it
Well,
was.
clearly it was a
but
hit
it
to
was
y'all.
like my fan base that was growing, and I was like, damn. Like numbers and like stats are like sometimes
Doesn't
thing,
mean a thing. Because
but-
don't you find that like the song that like you, maybe like the like 80s Mercedes, like you like have a song that you're like, I fucking love this song, and maybe it doesn't go crazy, you know, in streaming or buys or whatever, but then you on tour, like I've had moments where like you request like, what song do you want to hear? And it's the song that you love, that you thought was like incredible, but maybe your label, whoever was like, ugh.
yeah.
And all of a sudden somebody asks about it, and I'm sure that feels amazing, because that's
No.
how it should feel.
Oh, thanks. I mean, no, it really is the thing, like tour, even if you get to like the point of touring. Wait, now I feel like I'm finally talking on this mic properly.
But you got like in her?
I think we've said a lot of things on this mic that were heard loud and clear. Yeah, but I was like, there's no parting words, but I was like, I think after like a decade of me, like I'm on album 4, I was like, I love getting to like grow a fan base and like maintain one. Sometimes you lose people along the way. That's like not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's like sort of exfoliating sometimes. It's like, you kind of let people know, like if, you know, I was like,
Oh, it's true, it happens.
I pissed off some people. I like, you know, got called a lunatic by Tucker Carlson on Fox News. I
That's
lost
first of all a badge of
lost-
honor.
I lost
a badge
some
of
fans.
honor.
I did lose some fans. That was during like 2022, 23. But then I was like, damn, I guess I sort of let people know where I stand.
You're
and-
shedding, and that's real as fuck. Like people are not always gonna like you.
Yeah, and I think that's still, like as a young child performer, people pleaser is always going to be something that like fucks me up.
Evil, cry yourself to sleep. But then you wake up the next day and you go, I still got to get on stage. So we're gonna fucking do this.
But I also know, like, I can never be everything to everyone. And, like, I've had to re-parent myself as being, like, a mother, too. And, like, doing my artist shit, I was like, I cannot keep doing this, like, child performer thing where my identity is just, like, applause or music. I was like, I have to have other things going on outside of it, too. But
Like hobbies? Do you have any hobbies? Like weird hobbies?
I picked up tennis during the pandemic.
Are you playing tennis?
Yeah. Pickleball.
I'll play pickleball.
You had such a glimmer in your eye for pickleball.
I love sports.
Okay. And sports.
I love all sports.
Okay. Love.
Give me a ball. I'll throw it.
That's not what I heard. Okay, was that that was the last question?
So I'll wrap this up. It's technically my job to wrap this up. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Marin.
I feel like you did so well.
Oh, thank you.
You were like, I've never like moderated. And I was like, I've never been on the receiving end of an artist moderating. So I was like, I think we're gonna just go in this together. And y'all also were so nice to us.
Yeah,
so thank you.
Thank you. And I'm so happy for you guys. Like, you have each other, you have this program, you are finding community in a red state, in a blue area, and making art. And just thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of something bigger than yourself. And thanks for having us. Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're the
Fabulous.
shit. Thank y'all.